West Virginia wide receiver Sam James has officially announced that he will forego his final year of eligibility and enter the 2023 NFL Draft. So it got me to thinking, where does Sam James stack up all time among West Virginia wide receivers? Was he underappreciated? Did we not give him enough respect during his time with the Mountaineers? I personally don't think we did, and I'm going to explain why. So pull up a chair, sit back, relax, and let's talk about it. What is up, college sports fans, Big 12 fans, and fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Couz, and welcome into another edition of Couz's Corner. Pull that chair up, and let me serve you up this shot of top-shelf college football content. On tap in today's episode, like I mentioned, we're talking about Sam James. I'm going to give Sam James his flowers. I'm going to talk about his great career at West Virginia, go over some stats, and let you know why I think Sam James is one of the most underrated and one of the best wide receivers to ever play for the West Virginia Mountaineers football program. Now, ironically, Sam James is leaving the same time as Bryce Ford-Wheaton, another probably underappreciated wide receiver. Now, and Bryce Ford-Wheaton got most of the accolades and got more recognition, in my opinion, than Sam James did, primarily because of his great senior year. But if you look over the course of a career, I would argue that Sam James had an even better career at West Virginia, but it kind of went unnoticed, kind of flew under the radar. Now, if you want to hear more about Bryce Ford-Wheaton, I touched on him during another video I did, which I'll link to at the end, where I talked about different families that have played for West Virginia football, because Bryce Ford-Wheaton is part of the Ford family. He was a legacy player at West Virginia because he had an uncle and a grandfather who played for the Mountaineers. So, with that being said, let's get on with it. Sam James, like I said, he's declared for the NFL draft. But when I look back at Sam James' career at West Virginia, it was really surprising to me how good his numbers actually were. And when you look at how he came into West Virginia, he came in from Richmond Hill, Georgia. That's where Sam James hails from. He came in as part of the 2018 recruiting class, was recruited by Dana Holgerson and his staff. He was a three-star recruit, according to 24/7 Sports. Now, he wasn't extremely highly rated. When you look at his 24/7 Sports composite scores, he was the 847th best player nationally coming into that class. He was ranked as the 128th best wide receiver in the nation and number 82 in the state of Georgia overall. Now, he redshirted his true freshman year. He played in less than 4 games, so he was able to use that redshirt. But in 2019, which was Neil Brown's first year with the Mountaineers, he really came on the scene. Had a great redshirt freshman year, caught 69 balls for 677 yards and 2 scores, averaged 9.8 yards per catch. And if you remember, we were all extremely excited about Sam James and what his career might hold for him at West Virginia. He did have some drops, though, his freshman year, but we all thought, well, he's just a freshman. He'll clean it up. He comes out his sophomore year and actually struggled. Had a rough year his sophomore year. Kind of fell off the radar a little bit. And I think because of that sophomore year, West Virginia fans kind of forgot about Sam James a little bit. And he kind of got pushed under the rug or under the shadow of some other guys. But then he comes on his junior year, he improved. And in his senior year, he really had a great year. I mean, the 2022 season, which was his senior year, he had 46 catches, 745 yards, which is his biggest year as far as yardage goes. Averaged 16.2 yards of completion and 6 touchdowns. So, really productive senior year. Had some really big catches for West Virginia down the stretch. I remember the catch against Virginia Tech, which was a big one that put West Virginia in the lead. When you dig into the numbers for Sam James throughout his career, I think it shows that he is one of the best wide receivers to ever play at West Virginia. And I'm going to go over some of those numbers with you. When you look where he stacks up all time, among the all-time greats, he's 8th all-time at West Virginia in receiving yards, 2,231 yards over his career. Some of the players he's ahead of on that list: Antonio Brown, Shelton Gibson, Chris Henry, Darius Raynaud, 2 Hall of Famers in Danny Buggs and James Jett. Most Mountaineer fans remember all those names and how productive those players were. Sam James is ahead of all of them. When it comes to touchdown catches, he's tied for 15th all-time on that list. He's tied with his teammate Bryce Ford-Wheaton. He's tied with Kevin White, and he's tied with Danny Buggs, once again, who's a Hall of Famer at West Virginia. And then when you look at his receptions all-time, he's actually 5th all-time in total receptions as a West Virginia Mountaineer. So top 5 in receptions. Trails only Tavon Austin, Stedman Bailey, Jock Sanders, and David Saunders. All great names, all great receivers for West Virginia. And I know what a lot of you are thinking, but Couz, it's only because he played all 4 years at West Virginia. But some of these other guys did too. Some of these guys that played back in the day, like a Danny Buggs or a James Jett or a Darius Raynaud, they played 4 years. So I don't think you can really use that against him. And also, I think playing all 4 years is a good thing, especially in this day and age where the transfer portal is so prevalent in college football. Sam James played through a lot of adversity, and he stuck with the Mountaineers through all that. He went through a head coaching change. He's went through 4 or 5 different wide receiver coaches. He's been through one of the roughest stretches of Mountaineer football history as far as wins and losses go. But Sam James stuck with the Mountaineers, along with Bryce Ford Wheaton, through those times. So I think he deserves some kudos for that. So, Sam James, this is me, Couz, giving you your flowers, man. Thanking you for your contributions to the West Virginia Mountaineer football program, for all the hard work you put in, for the way you represented West Virginia in this great state. You did it with loyalty. You did it with class. You did things the right way. And for that, I am very appreciative, and I'm sure most of Mountaineer Nation feels the same way. So for that, we thank you. We wish you nothing but the best at the next level. Hope you succeed, and I think you can. Couz's Corner family of Mountaineer Nation, I ask if you can, please help what I'm doing here at Couz's Corner by supporting me financially. You can do that in a couple different ways. You can buy something from my merch store. Click one of the items below that are in the picture below, and that'll take you right into my merch store. I've got ball caps, hoodies, T-shirts, all kinds of different items in there with several different designs. Another way you can help me financially is to become a member of Couz's Corner. Hit the join button right below, become a channel member, take advantage of the perks that has to offer. One of those perks is contests. I just started a Capital One Bowl Mania contest. There's a link in the community tab page for members only. Only channel members are allowed to enter that contest. The winner of that contest will get a $25 gift card. If you want to support me absolutely free, you can do it in 4 ways. You can like the video, share the video out with your college football loving friends, especially if they're Mountaineer fans. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about Sam James and his career at West Virginia. And last but not least, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to that 5,000 subscriber mark. That's a big threshold for us YouTubers to hit. So I ask that you please help me get to that number. And with that being said, I really appreciate you tuning in to this episode of Couz's Corner. And until the next one, Q Country Roads.